Welcome to Nebraska, here for the pregame show for the UCLA Bruins and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Both teams are undefeated. UCLA won their first game 49-3, and Nebraska is 2-0, having played 2 games. There's the season offensive ranks. Great rushing offense for Nebraska. They have a better passing and better rushing offense, but the touchdowns, that's got to be a glitch. Or that's where they rank in touchdowns. So Nebraska has a much better offense, but UCLA only allowed a field goal in their first game. UCLA is number 14, Nebraska is number 19. Nebraska is the home team. As here we go, the teams are coming out of the tunnel. We are here in Nebraska and ready to go for the 14th ranked UCLA Bruins and the 19th ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers here from Memorial Stadium for what should be a fun day of football between two teams that are still very good but used to be some of the best in the country. UCLA calls heads, it's tails, Nebraska will defer, and UCLA will get the ball to start the game. And the kick is up and into the end zone, and it will not be returned, so UCLA will take over at the 25-yard line. First and 10 from the 25. Getting close to the end of non-conference play. It's going to be a quarterback keeper for the first play, and he'll get about 9. They'll give him second and inches for PJ Norwood. Didn't do great the first game of the season. Their defense played really well, as Norwood's going to take off again and get sacked. He had a block to run around but couldn't quite get around in time, and that'll set up 3rd down and 2 for UCLA. .53 came off the block and took him down. Third down and 2 here, a big play for both teams. Hands it off, first down Bruins. He needed 2, he got 4. Norwood's going to keep it again, he turns the corner. Sheds 1 tackle but runs into a blocker after a gain of 4. Quarterback runs for UCLA so far. They have the ball at the 42-yard line. 2nd down and 6. Here's another quarterback run. He'll turn the corner, has a spot, has some space. He's not the fastest runner.
Or just maybe the quarterback runs a lot.
What? That's why he doesn't get a lot of yards. Yeah.
He just doesn't pass it.
3rd down and 1 here for UCLA. 1 guy in the backfield. He'll keep it himself again and gets sacked. It's like watching a Syracuse game right now. With Schrader. He'll get lose 4, and UCLA and PJ Norwood's runs will stall out at the 40. So UCLA will punt it away on their opening possession. This one is returnable. He catches it, sheds a tackler, and takes it to about the 26-yard line. And that is where Nebraska will come onto the field. And their quarterback has 7 touchdowns and no turnovers in 2 games for the Cornhuskers. They'll start the pass. Didn't have anyone open. He'll take it himself and doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. So he loses 2. It'll be 2nd down and 12 now for Nebraska. Second and 12, they'll hand it off, try to get those yards back, and they can't get them back. Maybe get back to the original line of scrimmage. It's 3rd down and 9. And UCLA's defense very tough. We could be in for a low-scoring game if every team plays offense like this. 3rd and 9, they'll throw. Looking downfield, has a man on the sideline, but it's out of bounds. So 3 and out for Nebraska. They'll punt it right back to UCLA, and UCLA should have good field position. So they're punting the ball from inside the 20. Really good punt taken at about the 28-7, and he'll take it back to the 40. So good field position coming up here for UCLA. Nebraska's defense did their job not giving up points. They gave up a couple first downs, but didn't give up points. So still 0-0. Both teams have had the ball, and UCLA on the field for their second drive. One in the backfield with Norwood. Now he moves to the receiver. Norwood drops back to throw. He'll keep it himself again. Norwood gets a block. He gets the first down and a little bit more past midfield to the 39-yard line. Using his legs a lot, but for the most part has been working for the Bruins. But one thing is receivers start to get kind of frustrated if they don't get the ball. Now it's a handoff. He'll gain about 7, maybe 8, as they'll mark it at 2nd and 3 after a gain of 7. Norwood, screen pass. Had a blocker, but someone was behind him, and they'll lose a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Good chase down tackle by number 4. Now 3rd and 5 from just on the edge of field goal range for the Bruins. Norwood to throw. Has time across the middle, and he dropped it. It was in his hands, and he had a first down and maybe more. But instead it's 4th down and 5, and the field goal unit's on the field for a 51-yard kick. Long field goal is up, and it is short. It is no good, and UCLA comes up empty again. Had the distance, just not the height. It landed right on the edge of the goalpost. So now Nebraska starts with a good field position. There's a handoff up the middle for about 3. Another handoff. He'll gain about 3 more. Give him 2. It'll be 3rd down and medium for the Cornhuskers. Both offenses struggling to get anything going. We'll see if that will change. So we're almost to the end of the first quarter, and both teams have barely even ran a play inside of midfield yet. A lot of pressure coming. He gets rid of it. First down for Nebraska. Past midfield, had a block, and gets it to the 41. Nice play there to get the first down. That was only the 2nd pass attempt of the game for Nebraska. Threw out of the sack. Gets the first down. First and 10 from the 41 for Nebraska. First play inside of midfield for them today. It'll be a throw. Looking. Caught on the sideline. First down Nebraska. That's a gain of 12. Notre Dame wins again. They lost their first game. We saw them beat Michigan by 11 last week, and they beat Purdue this week. Play action, has time, great blocking. Throws it, and he drops it. 2nd drop of the game, one by each team, as that was at least 5 or 6 yards on that one, and that'll set up 2nd and 10 from the 30. Empty backfield, he'll throw, has good blocking. Now he takes off, gets a little bit of a hole, gets lit up after a gain of 6. He doesn't carry the ball a ton, but he does it well. 158 yards and 2 touchdowns in just 2 games on the ground. It's 3rd down and 4, definitely in field goal range for Nebraska. Back to throw. Oh, and he's hit as he throws, and it looked like he almost caught it, but then it got broken up, and UCLA is going to force a field goal attempt here by Nebraska. This is from 41. UCLA missed one earlier. Can Nebraska make this one? Kick is up, and it is good. And Nebraska scores first. It's 3-0 Huskers. UCLA now trying to get points on the board. Take it in the middle of the end zone. He'll kneel it. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 25. For the Nebraska defense, has played very well in this first quarter, not allowing UCLA to get any points and forcing a missed field goal. And Norwood, I don't know what happened. Did he get hit as he threw it? Norwood doesn't even have a passing yard. There's one completion with a screen that got hit, blown up at the line of scrimmage. All of UCLA's yards are on the ground. Norwood keeps it again and gets sacked. And coach is going to have to tell him to stop running with it. Because now Nebraska expects it every play. They got to figure out how to stop it. And the Nebraska defense is doing what UCLA did in their first game. They don't have to run a play before the end of the quarter, but we'll see if they do. They do run a play. 3rd down and a lot. Throws it downfield and it's thrown away. And Nebraska is going to force a punt. And UCLA's offense is really struggling now as it's 4th down and 15. Good field position for Nebraska most likely. This play will end the first quarter. Taking about the 45 and tackled right about midfield. And that'll end the first quarter 3-0 Nebraska. We finished 3. It's 3-0. The UCLA Bruins and the Nebraska Cornhuskers both trying to stay undefeated. 1st and 10 from midfield for the Cornhuskers. Both teams running the ball a lot. They'll continue to do so. Had a block, but he wasn't able to hold it, and that'll be a gain of 1. Second down and 9 coming up here for Nebraska. Back to throw across the middle. That's complete. 1st down and a little bit more. Needed 9. He got 13. And that's Nebraska's 3rd pass completion of the game. He is 3 of 6 now. 45 yards. Hands it off again up the middle, going nowhere. Actually gains 3. Both teams' offenses come exclusively from the quarterback run. We'll see if that'll continue to happen or if teams try to get an air attack going. Here's another handoff. That one's a little bit better than the first one. He'll gain 5 more. It'll be 3rd down and short coming up for Nebraska. Back to throw. 3rd down and 2. Has time. He'll take off. Breaks the tackle. One more effort. He fumbles the ball and UCLA has it. And another drive when a team gets inside midfield and doesn't get points. As UCLA's defense has been stifling all season. Only allowed 3 last week. Only allowed 3 so far in this one, and then forces the fumble as they'll take over at the 30. Norwood hands it off. Gains about 4, give him 3. One of these teams is going to have to establish an air attack as both teams' defense have figured out how to stop the run. Another handoff. He'll turn the corner. Has a little bit of speed. Stiff arms a man. Picks up 13. 1st down UCLA from the 46-yard line. Back to throw Norwood. in trouble. Doesn't get rid of the ball. He's sacked for 3 yards, and that's another sack for Nebraska. Both defenses playing really well so far. Only 3-0. Quarterback keeps it. Turns the corner, has a block, picks up the first down. Yes, he does. Good run by Norwood. That's 40 rushing yards on the game for him. Now inside midfield. This is where both teams seem to struggle on offense. Here's a handoff. That's a solid run. Has the man, almost threw him off him, but instead it's a 7-yard run. Still a solid play for UCLA's offense. UCLA's running back is a little bit slow to get up. We'll see if we get an injury update on him or if he comes back into the game. Other big games around the country, number 1 Alabama and number 3 Texas A&M. That one is 0-0 there in the first quarter. That one has national championship implications, but we've already done a bunch of SEC games this year. 8-yard run for Terry May, and that is not a name we have seen, so I do think UCLA's starting running back is hurt. But what does that do for the passing game for the Bruins midway through the second quarter? They'll hand it off, and the backup running back picks up a good run. That's 7 more, so 2 good runs for him coming into the game. He has 2 carries for 15 yards, and UCLA has the ball first and goal basically from the 10. Another run, and this time he picks up 1. 2nd and 9 from like the 9.5-yard line. Big plays here inside the red zone for UCLA. Quarterback keeps it. Norwood up the middle, gets to about the 3. The first down marker is right about the 1-yard line. Big 3rd down here for the Bruins. Do they run or do they pass? Hands it off up the middle. Can't get in. But he does get that first down at the half-yard line. And now it's 1st and goal. 1st and inches, basically. Yes, UCLA's running back bruised ribs out for the game. 1st and goal. It's going to be a run up the middle. Quarterback up the middle. Can toss it. He does. Touchdown, UCLA. And UCLA is on the board with the lead. Jeremy Bass with the 1-yard touchdown run. UCLA with an extra point will lead 7-3. And Norwood's on the ground after the toss. He got drilled. As this extra point will make it 7-3, and Nebraska will have the ball with 2 minutes left in the half. 7-3 here from Nebraska. As UCLA just scored a touchdown, but their quarterback is hurt. We'll see what's up with him once UCLA gets back on the field. But for now, Nebraska is going to try to score before the half. Here's the look at Nebraska's teamwork presented by Cook Zero. Jackson hasn't done much, but Turner has done a lot with the long catch and some solid runs. Both quarterbacks have gotten their yards by rushing, but we just saw Norwood go down on a rushing play, so let's see if that'll be something that prevents Jackson from rushing here. As that is a nice throw there. Almost breaks free. It is a 19-yard catch, and that's another completion for Jackson as it's 1st down for the little Cornhuskers as they're going to try to motor down the field here and put something on the board, as I do believe UCLA will get the ball to start the second half.
I thought Nebraska got the ball.
Oh, I don't know. If Nebraska does score, they can make it a 2-score game after halftime, depending on if they have the ball. It's another throw by Jackson. He takes off. He definitely looks a little faster than Norwood, but not as shifty. Norwood gets around people a lot better, and Jackson runs right through everyone. 2nd and 5, a minute 52 on the clock, and 2 timeouts. Not a huge hurry, but you definitely want to be a little faster. There's the 1st down. Don't stop the clock until you line up under center. That's big for Nebraska. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Norwood has a mild concussion, but he is out for the game. Should be back next week, though. That's another gain of 5. They're not using the timeouts yet. Week 1, Georgia was trailing. They could have scored, but they didn't use their last timeout. Will Nebraska be smarter?
We didn't do Nebraska, did we?
No, we didn't. We did Georgia and Clemson and Michigan and Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Way downfield, caught inside the 10. First and goal coming up from the 7. Really nice throw by Jackson. He has a nice drive going here. Going to throw the ball more often. Nebraska uses one of those last 2 timeouts. First and goal from the 7. Hands it off. Up the middle. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. And Josh Turner runs it in from 7 yards out, and they're an extra point away from making this a 10-7 game. But don't think the half is over yet. They gave UCLA a minute and 6 seconds and 3 timeouts to try to make something happen. Extra point is up, and it is good. It's 10-7. After halftime, due to time constraints, the third quarter will need to be super simmed, but third quarter will set up a great fourth quarter for you guys. 10-7. UCLA, let's see if they try to get something going before halftime. Nebraska, I'm pretty sure, does get the ball to start the second half. So big offensive possession here for the Bruins. But they do have a backup quarterback out there, so let's see how that works out for them. He'll drop back to throw. He keeps it himself and loses 2 yards. Richard Taylor in the game for the Bruins, and they don't want to get him hurt too. And I don't think they're trying to score. They're not using those timeouts. Yeah, they're taking their time. They must get the ball after halftime because they're not trying to score.
I felt like they tried to get the ball in the Nebraska.
Dropping back to throw, looking downfield, and he throws an interception. And Nebraska's going to have it in field goal range. They could extend their lead here. He was still on his feet. He took it all the way to the 22-yard line. And now that is why Norwood being hurt is a huge issue for UCLA. Because he was their entire offense. And now the first pass by their backup quarterback is a terrible decision. Intercepted right to the hands of the corner. Now Nebraska's going to have time to run a play, use that timeout, and maybe score before halftime. Drops back. Throws. Complete. Needs to get out of bounds. He doesn't. Do they use the timeout? Yes, they do. Now the field goal unit's on the field to make it 13-7 going into the halftime break. Kick from 30 yards is up. It is good with 2 seconds left on the clock, so this kickoff will end the half. 13-7 Nebraska, unless UCLA returns this for a touchdown. Gets a tackle to the 30. Oh, he's to the 40. He's still on his feet. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. And UCLA returns a kickoff for a touchdown to have the extra point to take the lead going into the half. But there's a penalty on the receiving team, and it's going to get called back.
That's going to end.
What a weird turn of events to end the first half. A kickoff had a touchdown. It's called back, and now UCLA will trail by 6 going into the half instead of possibly leading by 1. We're here for the halftime show. 13-7. Nebraska should be 14-13, but you saw that kickoff return touchdown get called back. Norwood ran the ball a lot, but he went down on a touchdown play. That 1-yard touchdown. Nebraska's defense was stifling with sacks, only allowing 1 touchdown, technically 2, but I didn't really see the tripping penalty there either. Nebraska with a 7-yard touchdown run. There's the interception that set up the field goal with 2 seconds left in the half. As Jackson has been playing a very solid game. There's the halftime stats. Negative pass yards for UCLA and an interception. Time of possession is pretty balanced. Rushing yards, a lot more for UCLA. Nebraska's yards have come from the air. UCLA's has come from the ground. Top 25 matchup, a lot of stuff going on here. The way the championship format is, if you lose a game, you might not make the playoff. That does it for halftime. 13-7 Nebraska. When we come back, we are super simming the third quarter. Here we go, super simming the third quarter. Nebraska can't score. UCLA can't score. Nebraska gets a field goal. Nebraska gets a touchdown, misses the extra point. They get the ball again, and that'll end the third quarter 22-7 Nebraska. Start of the fourth quarter, 1st and 10 for UCLA from the 28-yard line. Norwood's still not out there. Back to throw. That's a really nice throw, though. That's caught for 16 yards. And UCLA's backup quarterback trying to start a comeback. He's 3 of 7 for 25 yards with 2 picks, though. He'll keep it. Stiff arms in the front. Can't quite get him. And Richard Taylor takes that for 5 yards. 2nd and 5 coming up from the 8-yard line. Back to throw. Has time. Taylor takes off. Taylor, one man to beat. Can't quite beat him, but he does get the first down. It'll be 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. One more guy in the backfield with Taylor. Keeps it himself. Touchdown, Bruins. And they're an extra point away from making it a one-possession game. An extra point makes it an 8-point game, but do you take your 2-point do you type your 2-point conversion now or later? And they are going for 2 now. This will make it a 7-point game if they get it, but if they don't get it, it's still a 2-score game. Taylor throwing, has time, throws into the end zone, and he misses, and it's still a 2-score game. And now UCLA's chances of winning just plummeted. It's 22-13. We don't have time to worry about that. That's not going to watch this far. So Turner, touchback, up by 9. UCLA needs a stop. They probably should have kicked in the extra point there. Made it an 8-point game. Jackson drops back. He'll take off. Gets about 5. He has 4 carries for 14 yards. It's been an air raid for Nebraska in this game since the first quarter. It was 3-0 after the first quarter. It's 22-13, Nebraska. Jackson throws across the middle. That's complete. Another nice play. Jacob Jackson's in the 200s for passing yards. Jacob Jackson, 17-26 with 230 yards, a touchdown, no turnovers. UCLA has more first downs. That's because their drives are a lot longer. Jackson with one guy in the backfield hands it off to him. And he'll get about 1, maybe 2, and they're actually going to say he didn't even get back barely to the line of scrimmage. Update on the bottom of the screen. I don't know if you saw it. Alabama leads Texas A&M 31-17 over at Kyle Field. Texas A&M trying to come back in the third quarter there right now. This one, UCLA is trying to hold off Nebraska here. That's caught for 5 yards and a big play coming up for the Bruins. Jackson drops back, 3rd down and 5, looking across the middle, wide open man. That's caught for another first down. And a touchdown here would pretty much end it for Nebraska.
Or even just a field goal.
Yeah. I need points. A little bit of long for a field goal from there. Another throw across the middle, and that was thrown. So it looked like someone, but didn't quite hit him. As Jackson's having one of the better games of his career right now. He has 8 touchdowns on the season in just 3 games right now. Jackson will throw, has time, he'll take off, gets a gap, and he gets drilled halfway to the first down marker. It's 3rd down and 5 for Jacob Jackson and the Cornhuskers. Big hit there, clock is still running. Nebraska's starting to take their time now.
Looks like Texas A&M scored a touchdown.
Big 3rd down here. They're starting to chew some clock out midway through the 4th quarter here. Play clock's at 7. Snap at 3, drops back to throw. Jackson, that's a first down, and that should pretty much do it. As Jacob Jackson has 258 yards and a touchdown and possibly might get a second one on this drive. Now they're going to run out the clock. UCLA is not even using their timeouts. Josh Turner has that 1 7-yard touchdown, but other than that has done almost nothing. As the clock is going to tick to about 2 minutes, but now UCLA does realize they need to start using those timeouts. If they have any hope of winning, they need to, hopefully they hope if they score fast, score quick, onside kick, score again. Jackson's going to take off with it. Jackson has a gap, has a block, first down, 9-yard run, and now UCLA has to take their second timeout. Nebraska's showing run to throw. Jackson has time. He'll take off again. Gets 3. He's at the first down marker and they gave it to him. Couldn't quite get into the end zone, and now it looks like a run up the middle into the end zone for Nebraska. But will it be with the quarterback for his second touchdown of the day, or will it be the running back? Handoff up the middle to the fullback, and he's not in. Second and goal for about the half-yard line, but that's fine if you're Nebraska because it lets more clock run out. Really taking their time now. They can score here and put it away, or they can just drain out the clock on the goal line. Takes a snap at 2, he'll throw. Takes off, and he is not in. The clock's going to keep going. Jackson wanted another touchdown. He has a passing touchdown today. It's third down and goal from the half-yard line. They can drain this clock all the way out. They could really just take a knee here and then kick a field and then not have to run another play. That game clock gets inside 40, which it's gonna right as the play clock expires. They will not have to run another play. Takes a snap at 2 seconds, keeps it himself. He's into the end zone for his second touchdown of the game as Jacob Jackson goes 4 or 5 for 37 yards, gets a rushing touchdown to put this one away as the 19th ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers are going to take down the 14th ranked UCLA Bruins at home under the lights. And they're going for 2 to make it a 3-possession game. Jackson looking, caught, and no, he dropped it. I don't think it really matters with only 40 seconds left, as he had that for a long time. Probably should have hung on to it. But now UCLA needs a quick score with no timeouts, an onside kick, and a touchdown, all with no timeouts and with 40 seconds of game clock. Going to return the kick. Solid return to the 30. He took one in the end zone, but he got called back before halftime, remember. Could have been a whole different game if that one tripping penalty wasn't called. Solid return to the 34. They need to score probably in 3 or 4 plays, get an onside kick, and hope they can make something happen. 1st and 10. Throwing, caught, has to get out of bounds. And he does not, and they're going to run out of time now. He spikes the ball. Does UCLA even try to put points on the board at this point? Down by 15 with 21 seconds. Throws, complete, 1st down, so that'll stop the clock till they line up. Still on his feet. He's still going, and he might have gone out of bounds. 13 seconds to play. Spiked again, 12 seconds to play. Does he ever get in your bed?
I don't know if he can get up here.
Last play of the game for UCLA, most likely. It's caught on the sideline. He's tackled out of bounds, so it does stop the clock. Now we'll see if UCLA just tries to put points on the board. Last play of the game, and they'll spike it again. Ooh. Final play of the game for the Bruins. Do they chuck a Hail Mary up and just try to put something on the board, or do they let the clock expire? They'll throw. Has time, looking deep, and it's almost caught. They got tipped a couple times, and that'll do it as the 19th ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers defend their home field as they defeat the UCLA Bruins. Don't stop. 28-13. Just to like post game stuff. There's your player of the game, Jacob Jackson, 258 yards, 2 total touchdowns, 20 of 30. Really solid game by Nebraska. UCLA played solid, but a couple bad calls, missed plays. Had that kick return touchdown called back. 28-13. UCLA was leading 7-3 at one point. They would end up losing 28-13. That'll do it here for week number 3 of the college football season. Week 4 is going to be a fun one as Nebraska takes down UCLA by 15. Not a blowout, but a convincing win for the Cornhuskers here at Memorial Stadium.